Sony's Alpha series has long been a dominant force in the mirrorless camera market, setting industry standards with its blend of innovation, performance, and adaptability. However, recent shifts in Sony's release strategy have left many photographers and videographers both intrigued and uncertain about what to expect next. In an unexpected turn of events, industry insiders have confirmed that the highly anticipated Sony A7V, originally scheduled for an April 2025 release, has now been pushed back to late 2025. This delay has fueled speculation regarding Sony's internal strategies and the impact it may have on the company's upcoming camera lineup, including the long-awaited Sony A7S IV. Sony's decision to delay the launch of the A7V appears to be a calculated move influenced by several factors. According to industry sources, the postponement stems from a mix of strategic market positioning and logistical challenges. Instead of prioritizing the A7V's launch, Sony seems to be focusing on rolling out another model, the Sony A7R6, a high-resolution powerhouse designed to cater to photographers who require extreme detail and clarity. This reshuffling of Sony's release schedule has raised questions about the company's tactical approach in an increasingly competitive landscape. While details about the Sony A7R6 remain scarce, the delay of the A7V and the imminent arrival of the Sony A7S IV, Sony's flagship video-centric model, suggest that the company is refining its priorities to better serve distinct user segments. The postponement of the A7V could also indicate a strategic response to competition, particularly from Canon's EOS R6 Mark III. Some sources speculate that Sony is waiting for Canon to reveal its pricing strategy for the R6 Mark III before finalizing the A7V's pricing, ensuring it remains competitive in the mid-range full-frame market. Other reports suggest that internal challenges may have contributed to the delay, hinting at supply chain bottlenecks and production struggles. Sony's factories are reportedly prioritizing the manufacturing of the Sony A7 II, a flagship model critical to maintaining Sony's reputation among professional photographers. Until production stabilizes, expected around March or April 2025, Sony's resources may remain focused on high-end models, delaying the rollout of the A7V. For photographers eagerly awaiting the A7V, this delay underscores Sony's cautious approach to balancing innovation with operational realities. While the delay of the A7V has captured headlines, the Sony A7S IV is emerging as the most intriguing release of the year. The A7S series has long been celebrated for its exceptional low-light performance and video capabilities. However, since the launch of the A7S III in 2020, the series has remained stagnant, leaving many filmmakers and content creators eager for an upgrade. With competition from Canon's R5C and Panasonic's S1H heating up, Sony can no longer afford to neglect this niche. The Sony A7S IV is expected to retain its predecessor's signature 2.1 megapixel resolution, prioritizing pixel size over count to maximize light absorption. However, Sony may introduce a redesigned backside illuminated sensor with improved quantum efficiency, significantly reducing noise at high ISO levels. This enhancement would make the A7S IV an even more formidable tool for low-light cinematography, further reinforcing its dominance in the video market. Additionally, the A7S IV is likely to feature Sony's next-generation Byte's XR processor, which could leverage machine learning algorithms to enhance real-time noise reduction and dynamic range. Early leaks suggest that AI-driven exposure and color optimization will be integrated into the camera's software, reducing the need for extensive post-production adjustments. These improvements could make the A7S IV a highly efficient tool for professional videographers, enabling faster turnaround times and more consistent results straight out of the camera. One of the most exciting aspects of the Sony A7S IV is its rumored video capabilities. The A7S III set a high bar with its ability to shoot 4K at 120 frames per second, but the A7S IV is expected to push these boundaries even further. Speculation suggests that the camera will offer 6K recording at 60 frames per second, along with an enhanced 4K 240 FPS mode. These features would provide filmmakers with greater flexibility for cropping and slow-motion workflows, making the A7S IV an attractive option for indie filmmakers and commercial content creators alike. With these advanced video features, the A7S IV will likely require robust storage solutions. The adoption of CF Express Type B cards is almost certain, ensuring that users can handle high bitrate footage without performance bottlenecks. Additionally, Sony may introduce an improved color science with warmer tonal profiles and expanded support for custom LUTs, addressing long-standing critiques from filmmakers who have found Sony's default color rendering less appealing than that of competitors. Sony's real-time tracking autofocus is already among the best in the industry, but the A7S IV is expected to take it to the next level. Borrowing from the AI-driven subject recognition technology introduced in the A7R V, the A7S IV could offer even more precise eye, face, and object tracking. This upgrade would be particularly beneficial for filmmakers who rely on autofocus in dynamic shooting environments. Additionally, improved in-body stabilization is anticipated. The A7S IV may incorporate enhanced sensor shift mechanics combined with AI-based motion prediction, potentially rivaling external gimbals. This feature would be a game-changer for handheld shooting, allowing run-and-gun filmmakers to capture smooth footage without the need for additional stabilization gear. The body of the Sony A7S IV is expected to closely resemble that of the A7S III, featuring a rugged magnesium alloy construction. However, Sony might introduce subtle ergonomic improvements, such as a deeper grip and repositioned buttons, to enhance handling during extended shoots. Battery life has always been a concern for mirrorless cameras, but the A7S IV may address this with a more efficient power system. Rumors suggest that Sony could introduce a successor to the NP-FC100 battery, potentially increasing battery life by 20 to 30%. Connectivity is another critical area of improvement. With live streaming becoming an essential feature for many creators, the A7S IV might debut with 5G support or enhanced Wi-Fi 6E capabilities. These upgrades would enable seamless 4K streaming and cloud uploads, making the camera more versatile for content creators who require real-time delivery. Additionally, HDMI 2.1 compatibility would future-proof the camera for 8K external recording, even though internal 8K recording remains unlikely due to thermal constraints. Industry analysts predict a late Q3 2025 launch for the Sony A7S IV, with an expected price tag of around $4,000, approximately $500 more than the A7S III. While this increase may seem steep, it aligns with the camera's specialized video features and Sony's positioning within the professional market. Given the anticipated improvements in low-light performance, stabilization, and workflow efficiency, the cost may be justified for serious filmmakers and videographers looking for the best mirrorless video camera available. Sony's decision to delay the A7V while prioritizing the Sony A7S IV and possibly the A7R6 reflects a carefully considered strategy. By addressing gaps in its video lineup and navigating production challenges, Sony is working to maintain its stronghold in the mirrorless camera market. The A7S IV, in particular, represents a significant upgrade for videographers who demand top-tier low-light performance and cutting-edge video capabilities. If the rumored specs materialize, the A7S IV could solidify Sony's reputation as the go-to brand for filmmakers and hybrid shooters. With 2025 shaping up to be a pivotal year for the industry, all eyes will be on how these upcoming releases reshape the mirrorless landscape. Whether you're excited about the Sony A7S IV or still holding out for the A7V, one thing is certain: Sony's next moves will be critical in defining the future of professional imaging.